Today, we are going to take notes on theme. Now, you did a vocabulary assignment on theme already, so you should have some background knowledge about what theme is. Today, we're going to take some notes in a foldable that you will use then to analyze theme tomorrow. So pay close attention to make sure we get the key components. Step one, get the handouts that are on the counter. Oops, this one's backwards. Get these two handouts that are on the counter, okay? And you will need one of each. You need scissors, you need colors, and you need glue. Okay, step one will be to color. I want you to color first. I have a lot of students who just want to skip this step and go right through it. I want you to color nicely, but I also want you to make sure that you leave these bubbles here. Each one of these bubbles needs to be left uncolored. So leave those blank for now. We're going to fill them in. Okay, also when you get to coloring of this one, please make sure that outside of the bubble here, or outside of the bottle, you make sure and leave that one uncolored. You will color once you're finished filling in all the notes, but I don't want you to color too deep that you can't see the writing in between. Please use colored pencils as much as possible when it comes to coloring. Step two, once you've colored, now let's cut. You are going to start with this one. And you are going to cut, mine looks a little different than yours because you're going to fill in all this information in a minute. You need to cut all along the dotted line, okay? So make sure that as you cut, you leave this space up here intact. So just cut all the way around, make this one big one here, okay? Make sure do not cut in between the two. So if you'll notice, I'm going to leave that intact and cut around here. Just like that. So I want to leave it like this first, okay? Then you're going to fold in half here. You also want to make sure and to cut out this part up at the top here. That says theme. What's the message in the bottle? Theme is all about message. It's all about the life lesson that the author is trying to teach me as a reader. It's not main idea. Oh, there's Bill. It's not main idea. It's not what is the topic of the text. It's what am I learning? What lessons in life can I take from this story and apply? So it's really important we understand the difference between theme and topic, and that's what we're going to go over today. So now that I have both of these pieces cut out, I'm going to go to the next clean page. I'm going to put glue on this back side here. So go ahead and give it just a toaster strudel of glue there. Put it on there, on the middle of your next clean page. And then this little guy, put it at the top, okay? So once you've done that, then you are going to, it should look like this. Here. Now we're going to take some notes, okay? I want you to get a good picture here, and I want you to pause your video. You need to fill out all of the words that you see around the bottle. These all represent possible themes that a book could have. And some books have even more themes. Short text may have different themes, but these are most common themes that you will find in literature. So you may need to pause your video to get all of those down on the outside, okay? All right, now we're going to take some notes on the paper part. So you may need something to write with, a pen or a pencil. One thing I want you to write on the outside on your lines here is that the theme of a story is not the main idea. I use the main idea to help find it, but it is not the central idea of the text, okay? So you're going to write that in. So the theme of the story is not, and I started to write central and main at the same time, but the theme of the story is not a main idea in the text. Okay, so make sure you have that down underneath. Also, the theme, this is why theme, we choose to tackle this one last because it's somewhat of the most difficult to find because the theme of a story is not always cut and dry. Meaning it's not just as easy as 1, 2, 3, this is the theme. So the theme of a story is not always cut and dry. Put that at the bottom. This will help remind us that theme is something I must come up with as the reader after I have full comprehension of the text. And it comes after I fully read the text. So now for your next one, you are going to, now I want you to open this up. Flip this open, and we're going to write on the inside here, okay, of your bubble. So on the inside, I want you to come up with a possible theme that you may have. Think about a theme that we may have for holes, okay? So I'm going to write the title at the top, which again would be holes. And using the words that we came up with on the outside here of our box, all of these different types of themes, I want you to come up with one and tell me why. So on the inside, I will write the theme of holes. And now we haven't finished reading this book entirely, but we can already start to identify some themes. Okay, in the novel, holes is, and I'm going to look on the outside. I think one that I would pick, which is very important that we're learning now, is the importance of friendship. So I think that theme friendship is really showing us in holes that through Stanley and Zero's friendship, they have been able to help each other out, be there for each other, and truly show how important it is to have friendship. So I put the theme of holes in the novel. Holes is the importance of friendship, okay? So you're going to fill that in the middle as well. Now, you may go ahead and put, and you're going to put, I see this theme because, as a sentence starter, ... Okay? So you can go ahead and fill that in as well. So the theme of holes is the importance of friendship. I see this theme because, so how do I see this theme in the text, okay? So you're going to fill that in underneath. Step 2 is going to be to cut out, you've already colored this one, remember? You are going to cut out along the lines, this one and this one. Much like we did before, just cut around the boxes here. So this helps us think about, oftentimes when I'm reading, themes come up in my mind. I'm all of a sudden just thought of, wow, I could learn this about a book. That's what intrigues us into reading, is what we can learn from the text, or how I can apply it to my own life. That's what engages us as the reader. That's what makes us want to pay attention and read more, is we're learning as we read. So you're going to color. You should have already colored and cut these out. Now please pay close attention now to the handout on your screen. You have blank bubbles, but you will need to fill in the bubbles with the ideas I have here. So some possible themes we also need to look at are hard work can pay off. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Never judge a book by its cover. Good versus evil. Kindness wins. And accepting others. Those are also possible themes. These are a little bit longer and larger than our bottle. So I wanted to make sure you see that a theme can start with one word, like friendship. But it also can build and become more than that. So it's important that when we're writing themes that we understand that it can be more than one word at a time. So on the next clean page, I'll glue this in. One last thing I'm going to tell you is so important about themes is that when I write a theme, I always write it in a positive tone. I do not say, do not lie. Instead, I would say something such as, the truth will always be the right choice. So I change my negative tone, so I always want to eliminate the words do not, and I always want to make it into a positive thing I can learn. Okay, so once you've got these glued in, just like this, again, we have them on our 2 pages here. Bring this ready to class, okay, so that you can excel and do well on your next assignment.